Now, let's dive into one of the most critical pillars of search engine optimization, on-page SEO. On-page SEO refers to everything you do on your website to help search engines understand your content. It's all about making your pages more relevant to what people are searching for. This isn't just about keywords. It includes technical elements like your title tags and meta descriptions, as well as structural elements like headings and internal links. Optimizing your image alt text is a key part of the process. When you get these details right, you don't just improve your rankings, you create a much better experience for your users. Want to rank higher on Google? You have to master on-page SEO. This is the art of optimizing the content you own. Think of it as polishing your website. We're looking at your written content, your keywords, and those behind-the-scenes elements like meta tags and alt text that tell search engines exactly what your page is about. Remember, search engines love relevance. By perfecting your on-page elements, you're proving that your site is the best answer to a user's question. Better relevance equals better rankings. Now that we understand how search engines crawl the web, let's dive into the core of visibility, on-page SEO factors. These are the elements you have direct control over within your own website to help search engines understand your content better. We start with the technical and structural basics. Title and description tags are your first impression in search results. They need to be both keyword-rich and clickable. We also look at heading tags to create a logical hierarchy, and image tags. Specifically alt text, to ensure your visuals contribute to your ranking. Beyond content, we manage how bots interact with our site using robots and canonical tags, which prevent duplicate content issues. We also ensure global reach through language tags and rich media engagement with video optimization. Connectivity and structure. Moving down, we have internal link optimization. This isn't just about navigation, it's about spreading link juice across your pages. To help search engines provide rich snippets, like star ratings or prices, directly in the search results, we implement schema markup. This provides the context that simple text cannot. External links build credibility by citing authoritative sources. We also focus heavily on social visibility using Open Graph and Twitter tags. These control how your links look when shared on Facebook or X. Finally, we address the future of search, voice search optimization. Since people speak differently than they type, we optimize for natural language and question-based queries. Mastering these factors ensures that your website isn't just online, but is actively communicating its value to search engines and users alike. Let's take a closer look at how to implement each of these. Now that we understand the fundamentals of on-page SEO, let's look at the actual toolkit you'll be using to get the job done. Optimization starts long before you write a single word of content. First up, we have the industry standards. Google Keyword Planner is your primary source for search volume data straight from the engine itself. If you're looking for more competitive intelligence, SEMrush is a powerhouse for uncovering what your competitors are ranking for and finding those high-value keyword gaps. We have Moz and Ahrefs. While these are often known for backlink analysis, their on-page keyword tools are incredible for identifying keyword difficulty. They help you decide if a specific term is worth the effort or if it's too competitive for a new site. Creative Search and Trends, Suvol and Google Trends. For those of you looking for long-tail keywords or niche ideas, Suvol is a fantastic free tool that aggregates suggestions from Google, Amazon, and YouTube simultaneously. And finally, never ignore Google Trends. It tells you when people are searching, allowing you to align your content with seasonal peaks or rising interests. The best tool is the one that gives you the most actionable data for your specific niche. Let's dive into a live demo of Google Keyword Planner to see how we can build our first list. We're diving into one of the most critical elements of on-page optimization, the title tag. So, what exactly is it? Title tag optimization is the process of crafting a clear, keyword-focused title for your web page. This is the first thing people see on search engine results pages, or SERPs, and it's also what appears on your browser tabs. Think of it as your digital billboard. It tells search engines exactly what your page is about and, more importantly, it convinces users to click. To get this right, you need to follow two golden rules. First, keep your length between 50 to 60 characters. If it's too long, Google will simply cut it off with an ellipsis. Second, always place your primary keyword at the very beginning. This gives it more weight in search rankings and immediately catches the user's eye. The technical side. If you look at the bottom of the slide, you'll see how this looks in the HTML code. In this example for a digital marketing course in Chennai, we've placed the target keyword up front, followed by the brand name, ABC Institute. It's clean, relevant, and optimized for success. Outro, transitional, remember, your title tag is your first impression, make sure it counts. Let's move on to meta descriptions next. Now, let's dive into one of the most critical elements of on-page SEO, meta description tag optimization. While often overlooked, this small piece of code plays a huge role in how users interact with your website. Essentially, a meta description is a short summary of a web page that appears right below the page title in search engine results. Think of it as your website's elevator pitch to a potential visitor. The ranking versus CTR paradox, it is important to note. The meta description does not directly affect your search engine rankings. However, it strongly impacts your click-through rate, CTR. If your description is compelling, more people click, and more clicks tell Google your page is valuable. To ensure your message isn't cut off by Google, aim for a length between 150 to 160 characters. Your goal is to write a clear, relevant, and keyword-focused description for every single page on your site. Finally, let's look at the technical side. In your HTML head section, the code looks like this: meta name equals description, content equals. As you can see in the example, we've included a clear call to action: enroll now for SEO, PPC, and social media certification. Now, let's dive into a crucial element of on-page SEO, header tags optimization. Think of header tags as the skeleton of your web page. Header tags, ranging from H1 to H6, do more than just make text look big. They structure your content so that both your readers, and search engine crawlers, can instantly understand the hierarchy of your information. When you optimize these correctly, you aren't just helping SEO rankings, you're drastically improving readability and the overall user experience. The H1 tag, this is your main title. It should be used only once per page and must include your primary keyword. H2 and H3 tags, these are your subheadings. Use these to break up your content and support your main topic with related keywords. Always keep your headers clear, relevant, and naturally written. Don't overstuff them with keywords, write for humans first, and the search engines will follow. Now, let's talk about a crucial but often overlooked part of SEO, image tags optimization. It isn't just about making your website look good, it's about making sure search engines can actually see and understand your visual content. Image tag optimization is the process of fine-tuning your images to help search engines improve your page ranking. This involves 4 key pillars. Using descriptive file names, adding alt text, using title attributes, and ensuring your image size is optimized for speed. Most cameras save photos with generic names like img123.jpg. To a search engine, that means nothing. Instead, you should rename that file to something descriptive, like digitalmarketingcoursechennai.jpg. This tells Google exactly what the image is about before it even loads. We have our source, src, but notice the alt text. This is vital for accessibility and SEO. We also add a title tag for a better user experience. By doing this, you're turning a simple picture into a powerful SEO asset. Master these small details, and you'll see a significant boost in how your site performs in search results. Now, let's dive into a crucial technical aspect of on-page SEO, robots meta tags optimization. Think of robots meta tags as the instruction manual you provide to search engine bots. While your content is for humans, these tags are specifically for the crawlers. By placing these snippets of code into the HTML head section of your page, you gain direct control over how Google and other search engines interact with your site. You aren't just letting them wander. You are telling them exactly where they are allowed to go. Whether you want a page to be indexed and shown to the world, or you have a private, thank you, page that you prefer to keep out of search results, these tags are your primary tool for managing visibility. Optimizing these tags ensures that your crawl budget is spent on your most important pages, helping you guide search engine behavior and maximize your site's overall performance in the SERPs. Now that we've discussed how search engines crawl your site, let's talk about how you can actually control the behavior using robots meta tags. Think of these tags as a set of instructions you give to Google or Bing bots the moment they land on your page. There are 4 primary commands you need to know. Index, this is the green light. It tells search engines, yes, please show this page in search results. No index, this is the stop sign. It tells search engines to keep this specific page out of the public results. Follow, this tells the bots to crawl and vouch for the links found on that page. No follow, This tells the bot, don't follow the links on this page. It's often used if you don't want to pass on your SEO juice to external sites. Now, how does this look in practice? Let's look at the HTML code. If you want maximum visibility, you'll use meta name equals robots content equals index follow. This is the default for most of your content. It tells the world you're open for business. However, sometimes you need privacy. For example, you wouldn't want a customer's private thank you page or a backend admin login showing up on Google. In those cases, you'd use meta name equals robots content equals no index, no follow. This ensures that private or low-value pages stay hidden and don't dilute your site's SEO authority. Mastering these tags is a small step that makes a huge difference in how professionally your site is managed. Let's take a look at how to implement these in a real CMS like WordPress next. We are diving into a crucial element of technical SEO, canonical tags optimization. Think of a canonical tag as a clear instruction for search engines. It's an HTML element that identifies which version of a web page is the main, or preferred, page. This is vital because, in the eyes of a crawler, two slightly different URLs can look like the exact same content. Why do we need this? Well, duplicate content can confuse search engines. If you have multiple versions of a page, search engines might not know which one to rank, or worse, they might penalize your site. Canonical tags ensure that although ranking power or SEO signals are consolidated and passed to the right page, imagine you have a main store page, www.example.com/shoes. Now, if a user filters for black shoes, the URL might change to www.example.com/shoes $color $black. Even though the URL is different, the content is essentially the same. By using a canonical tag on the filtered page that points back to the main shoes URL, you're telling Google, hey, this is just a variation, please count the credit toward the main page. By mastering canonicalization, you prevent internal competition and keep your site's SEO healthy and organized. Let's take a look at how to actually implement this tag in the HTML code. Now, let's move on to a crucial element of international SEO, language tags optimization. If you're planning to scale a brand globally, this is how you ensure the right people see the right content. Simply put, language tag optimization helps search engines like Google understand both the language and the specific geographic target audience of a web page. We achieve this using the hreflang attribute. Well, it prevents duplicate content issues and ensures that a user in Mumbai sees the Indian version of your site, while someone in New York sees the US version, even if they are both searching in English. Let's look at the example on the screen. Suppose you have two versions of the same page. For your Indian audience, you would use the tag ENIN. For your US audience, you'd use ENUS. By placing these snippets in your website's header, you're essentially giving Google a roadmap to navigate your international content correctly. Mastering these tags is the difference between a website that feels local to every user and one that feels out of place. Any questions on how to implement these in a live environment? Now, let's move on to a crucial element of any modern SEO strategy, video optimization. As we know, video content is king, but if search engines can't find your videos, they can't show them to your audience. In simple terms, video optimization is the process of fine-tuning your video content on a web page. The goal? To make sure search engines, like Google and YouTube, can read and rank your videos accurately. This doesn't just improve your visibility. It significantly boosts user engagement on your site. So, how do we actually do it? There are a few key practices you should always follow. First, ensure you are using relevant keywords in your video title, description, and tags. But don't stop there. You should also optimize your thumbnail file name and always include captions or a full transcript to make the content accessible and searchable. Imagine you upload a video titled, Digital Marketing Course in Chennai, Complete Guide. If you repeat that specific keyword in your description, your page heading, and even within the video transcript itself, your chances of ranking on the first page of search results increase dramatically. By aligning these elements, you're essentially telling the search engine exactly what your content is about. Now, let's dive into a crucial element of on-page SEO that often gets overlooked, internal links optimization. By definition, internal link optimization is simply the process of connecting one page of your website to another page within that same domain. It's about building a web of content. Search engines and users, but why do we do it? First, it helps search engines like Google crawl your site. It creates a map that helps them understand your site structure. For your visitors, it improves navigation, keeping them on your site longer by leading them to related, helpful information. One of the most powerful SEO benefits is the distribution of page authority. When you link from a high-performing page to a newer post, you're essentially passing on SEO juice, which helps your entire website perform better in search rankings. Finally, pay attention to your anchor text, that's the clickable text in the hyperlink. Using descriptive, relevant keywords instead of just saying, "click here," makes it much easier for search engines to understand exactly what the destination page is about. Mastering your internal links is one of the easiest ways to give your SEO a massive boost without needing any external help. Now, let's dive into a crucial element of on-page SEO that often gets overlooked: internal links optimization. By definition, internal link optimization is simply the process of connecting one page of your website to another page within that same domain. It's about building a web of content, why it matters, search engines and users, but why do we do it? First, it helps search engines like Google crawl your site. It creates a map that helps them understand your site structure. For your visitors, it improves navigation, keeping them on your site longer by leading them to related, helpful information. One of the most powerful SEO benefits is the distribution of page authority. When you link from a high-performing page to a newer post, you're essentially passing on SEO juice, which helps your entire website perform better in search rankings. Finally, pay attention to your anchor text, that's the clickable text in the hyperlink. Using descriptive, relevant keywords instead of just saying, "click here," makes it much easier for search engines to understand exactly what the destination page is about. Mastering your internal links is one of the easiest ways to give your SEO a massive boost without needing any external help. Next, let's dive into a powerful behind-the-scenes tool for SEO, schema markup optimization. So, what is it exactly? Think of schema as a universal translator. It's a form of structured data that we add to a web page's code. While users don't see the code, search engines use it to truly understand what your content is about. The real magic happens on the search engine results page. By using schema, you enable rich results. This means instead of just a plain blue link, your site can display star ratings, FAQs, customer reviews, or even specific event details directly in the search results. The benefits here are clear: it helps search engines interpret your content with much higher accuracy. For you, this means an enhanced search appearance, which leads to better user engagement and a significant boost in overall SEO performance. To put this into perspective, imagine we are promoting a digital marketing course. Without changing a single word of your visible website content, schema can tell Google to display the course duration, the price, and the student ratings right there in the search snippet. This builds instant trust and significantly increases your click-through rate. Schema makes your website talk to search engines in their own language. Next, let's dive into a crucial but often overlooked part of on-page SEO, external links optimization. Now, you might wonder, why would I want to send people away from my site? Well, it's all about building authority. External link optimization simply means linking your content to relevant and trustworthy third-party websites. Think of it like citing your sources in a research paper. It shows search engines that your content is well-researched and backed by credible data. By doing this, you're helping search engines understand the context of your topic. When you link to high-authority sites, some of that trust rubs off on you, which can significantly improve your SEO performance and build user trust simultaneously. Here is a key technical tip: always ensure these links are set to open in a new tab. This allows your users to check the reference without losing their place on your website. Remember, the goal is to provide value while keeping your bounce rate low. In short, link smart, link to quality, and watch your credibility grow. Moving on to a crucial element of on-page SEO, external links optimization. Some people fear that linking to other websites will drive traffic away, but in reality, it's one of the best ways to boost your own credibility. Let's look at the primary benefits. First, external linking builds trust and authority. When you cite reputable sources, search engines like Google see your content as well-researched and reliable. It's like providing a bibliography for a research paper. Secondly, it provides additional value. By giving your readers references to deeper data or official tools, you're helping them solve their problems more effectively. This naturally improves your overall content quality, making your page a more relevant resource in your niche. To put this into perspective, look at our example here. If you are writing a blog post about digital marketing, don't just state a rule, link to an authoritative site like Google Search Central. By linking directly to the source of SEO guidelines, you prove your claims are accurate and give your users the best possible information. SEO isn't just about keeping people on your page, it's about being the most helpful resource on the web. Proper external linking does exactly that. Next, let's talk about a powerful but often overlooked tool in our SEO toolkit, Open Graph Tags, or OG tags. Have you ever shared a link on Facebook or WhatsApp and noticed how it automatically generates a beautiful preview with a clear title, a specific image, and a description? That isn't magic, that is the result of Open Graph optimization. Open Graph tags are essentially snippets of HTML code that sit in the head section of your website. They act as a set of instructions for social media platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. They tell these platforms exactly what content to display when your URL is shared. Why should we spend time optimizing these? First, it's about visibility and branding. Without these tags, a platform might pull a random, unrelated image from your site or a messy snippet of text, which looks unprofessional. Properly optimized tags ensure your branding remains consistent no matter where it's shared. Most importantly, OG tags directly impact your click-through rates. A compelling image and a clear, punchy title encourage more users to click that link. By controlling the narrative of your shared links, you are essentially creating a mini ad for your web page, leading to higher engagement and more organic traffic back to your site. That if you want your content to perform well on social media, don't leave the preview to chance. Optimize your OG tags to make every share count. When you share a link on Facebook, LinkedIn, or WhatsApp, have you ever wondered how those platforms know exactly which image and title to display? That magic happens through Open Graph tags. As you can see on the screen, there are 5 essential tags you need to master. OG, title, this is your headline. It's what grabs the user's attention in their feed. OG, description, a brief snippet that provides context and encourages the click. OG, image, perhaps the most important for engagement. This is the visual that represents your page. OG, URL, this sets the permanent link for the content. OG, type, this tells the platform if you're sharing an article, a video, or a standard website. Take a look at the HTML code at the bottom. Notice how we use the meta property attribute. For our Chennai digital marketing course, we've specifically defined the title and description to be SEO friendly. Mastering these tags ensures your content looks professional and clickable every time it's shared. If your links look messy when shared, you're losing clicks. That's where Open Graph tags come in. Think of these tags as your website's ID card for social media. By defining your OG title and OG image, you are taking control of how your brand appears on someone else's timeline. Check out the code example here. Instead of letting a platform like Facebook randomly pick a blurry image from your site, we use the OG image tag to tell it exactly which high-quality graphic to use. Whether it's a website or a specific article, using the OG type tag helps social algorithms categorize your content correctly. Let's dive into the code and see how you can implement these for your own landing pages. Now, let's shift our focus to social media SEO, specifically Twitter tags optimization. You might also hear these referred to as Twitter cards. While we often think of SEO as something just for Google, how your content looks on social platforms is just as vital for driving traffic. Twitter tags are on-page SEO elements. They act as instructions for Twitter, telling the platform exactly how to display your website's content when someone shares your link. By using them, you aren't just sharing a URL, you're creating a rich media experience that improves visibility, boosts your click-through rate, and drives higher engagement. So, how do we implement them? Here are the 3 key things to remember. First, these tags are placed directly into the HTML head section of your web page. Second, they allow you to define the specific title, description, and featured image that appear in the feed. This ensures your branding stays consistent no matter who shares your link. And finally, the goal is optimization. A well-optimized Twitter card makes a link look professional, attractive, and, most importantly, clickable. In a crowded feed, a plain text link is easily ignored. By mastering Twitter tags, you ensure your content stands out and captures the audience's attention immediately. When you share a website link on social media, you've probably noticed how some links look like a professional preview card with a big image and a clear title, while others just look like a plain URL. Today, we're going to learn how to control exactly how your content appears on X, formerly Twitter, using Twitter cards. However, it's important to look at how they actually function. Twitter card, this defines the style of the preview. In our example, we use summary_large_image to make the post stand out. Twitter title, this is the headline of your page that users will see first. Twitter, description, this provides a brief, catchy summary of what your page is about to encourage clicks. Twitter, image, this is the visual anchor. It's the specific image URL that will be displayed in the feed. Let's look at the HTML code implementation. These lines go directly into the head section of your website. As you can see in the code snippet here, we set the card type. We define our title, in this case, for a digital marketing course in Chennai. We add a description focusing on key value props like SEO and Google Ads. Finally, we provide the direct links for the image and the canonical URL. By properly implementing these tags, you ensure your content looks professional, increases your click-through rate, and keeps your branding consistent across social platforms. Practice adding these to your landing pages today. When you share a website link on social media, you've probably noticed how some links look like a professional preview card with a big image and a clear title, while others just look like a plain URL. Today, we're going to learn how to control exactly how your content appears on X, formerly Twitter, using Twitter cards. However, it's important to look at how they actually function. Twitter card, this defines the style of the preview. In our example, we used summary_large_image to make the post stand out. Twitter title, this is the headline of your page that users will see first. Twitter description, this provides a brief, catchy summary of what your page is about to encourage clicks. Twitter image, this is the visual anchor. It's the specific image URL that will be displayed in the feed. Let's look at the HTML code implementation. These lines go directly into the head section of your website. As you can see in the code snippet here, we set the card type. We define our title, in this case, for a digital marketing course in Chennai. We add a description focusing on key value props like SEO and Google Ads. Finally, we provide the direct links for the image and the canonical URL. By properly implementing these tags, you ensure your content looks professional, increases your click-through rate, and keeps your branding consistent across social platforms. Practice adding these to your landing pages today.